All right, what do you do if your blade's already out and you need to transition to your gun? For those of us that carry a blade and a firearm, it's a common question that if I have to pull the blade out as a force multiplier and I use it as a get off me tool, be able to create space, be able to manipulate, there are points throughout the fight that I realize that I might need to escalate force here. I have my firearm on me. I didn't want to pull it out, but now I'm in a situation where I have to pull it out. Either another firearm's being introduced, or I have multiple attackers using various weapons, or I feel like I'm in a state where somebody else, life, limb, or eyesight, or their life is in danger and I need to escalate. I'll kill you right now. Say for instance, I have my SMR out and I see that escalation is necessary. Maybe I need to draw my gun at that point because I realize I have a bigger threat. I talk about that all the time in the courses that I teach. Doesn't matter what blade it is, the principles stay the same. The blade's already in my hand. This is the hand that I want to pull my firearm out. So what am I going to do? I'm immediately going to get in a position where I can switch. That's why I always talk about that positive contact. I don't want to lose control of this or drop it on the ground so it gets used against me. I want to be able to switch hands, manipulate that so it's secure, which is why I always advocate for reverse grip, because that puts me in a situation where I can still manipulate, grab, I can still pull things from my pocket, I can still go and get an extra magazine. If I was in forward grip, not so much, right? Now the blade's pointing towards me, then I can start my draw here. Again, another reason for reverse grip. Look at the position that I'm in. Either one of these is gonna have the defense going which way? That way, like a porcupine. Anything you touch is gonna get hit or stabbed or pushed, and I can get in a defense where I can still use two hands if I really needed to, but typically when I'm switching, I'm gonna end up using this hand to fend off, hit, cover, and then be able to get that other gun out, manipulate it in this position, and then get two hands on the gun. Again, the SMR is nice because I have minimal amount of material in my palm, which allows me to get a good firm grip on that two-handed position, and I can still do all my manipulations from here if I need to. Now, yes, it's not perfect when the opportunity presents itself in a lull in the fight, and whenever I can create a reactionary gap, and I'm gonna look to put my blade away. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna look to see when I have the space and say, okay, my blade can go away, reference it, and then get two hands on the gun to be most effective. That's typically how I'm gonna transition to those environments. Again, if I have my hand on the blade and realize that, oh, you know what, I need to pull my gun out now, it's really not that big of a deal. I maintain control of my blade, I switch hands, get the gun up in the fight, do whatever manipulation I need to, and when I create the reactionary gap, maybe I take a couple of shots and ultimately put my blade back away, two hands back on the gun until whatever I've got going on is secure and mitigated, and then put my gun away. Do my scans, do my checks, make sure everybody's okay, reholster, get control of what's going on, call 911, get somebody else on the scene, and start taking the immediate actions. That's really the biggest thing you need to keep in mind if a blade is already out. Again, this is for tacticians that live by the everyday carry mindset and train. You know, we've got to get the reps in to be able to deploy these things. We can't just carry and think that, oh, everything's gonna be fine. I wanna make sure you guys are prepared, and you gotta put the work in.
If you're carrying a blade and a firearm, it's important to know how to transition between the two, and just get the reps in. Again, train, train, train. You cannot get enough training and reps. If you want to find out more about the blades that we have or the training that we offer, go to crusheverything.com, and I'll see you guys over there. God bless. Peace.